the history of Islam, there is one of the celebrated judges by names of Shuraih, to an extent that he was nicknamed Shuraih Al Qadhi. He lived during the time of Umar bin al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu. Please listen to the story of Shuraih very attentively. Shuraih narrates that one time my colleague known as Ash-Sha'abi approached me in my house and asked me, how are you at home? كيف حالك في بيتك? How are you at home? He said, منذ 20 سنة, for 20 years of my marriage with my wife, لم أرى ما يغضبني من أهلي. I have never seen anything that has ever annoyed me, disappointed me in my wife. Can you imagine the statement? For the last 20 years I have been married, I have never seen a disappointment. I have never seen anything of annoyance with my wife for the last 20 years. The colleague wondered and said, وَكَيْفَ ذَلِكَ? How is that possible? You know, marriage is always full of conflict. It's full of misunderstandings. So the colleague is asking, how was that possible? This is the narration of Shuraih in relationship to post-nikah management. He says, من أول ليلة دخلت على امرأتي. From the first night I met my wife, رأيت فيها حسنا فاتنا. I saw in her such glaring good. I saw in her the abundance of goodness. وجمالا نادرا. I saw in her rare beauty. قلت في نفسي. When I saw that, I said to myself, سوف أتطهر. In other words, after nikah, and this lady now appeared to me, I could now see her face, I could see this and that. He said that I saw such an amazing beauty in her. What does that one mean? It means he has not had interaction with her before. And this is one of the mistakes we commit, and by the way, one of the reasons why our marriages, they don't last long. By the time you go into nikah, you have been explored from head to toes. So by the time you go into nikah after nikah, the question is, what new thing are you presenting? Everything had been seen. You have been exposed. Today I was meeting my students of Faculty of Law, and when I made this statement, the lady said that, you said that before nikah I have already been explored. I have also explored him. So we are to draw. You know, if you are talking that he has explored me, I have also explored him. But my dear, the level of vulnerability are different. Number two, the depreciation value, you people of management, you know that items differ in terms of depreciation.
You are right.
Isn't it? So for this case, when Shuraih says that the first time I saw my wife, I saw such amazing beauty, such pleasing beauty, it means that they have not had pre-marital engagements. He's seeing everything new, and that's why he's wondering. Shuraih says, when I saw that, I told myself, سوف أتطهر. Let me clean myself. Let me shower. Let me get ablution. وأصلي ركعتين. And then I perform 2 rakas. شكرا لله. The objective of these 2 rakas is to show your gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shuraih says, فَلَمَّا سَلَّمْتُ. When I made salam, meaning that I have finished my what? My salah, وَجَدْتُ زَوْجَتِي تُصَلِّي بِصَلَاتِي وَتُسَلِّمْ بِسَلَامِي. I found out that my wife was also following me in my salah. What a beautiful wife. You know, how many instances at home? Remember, this is sunnah. How many instances at home that the husband is praying alone? and the woman is not concerned at all. So when Shuraih sees this, she says that فَلَمَّا خَلَى الْبَيْتُ مِنَ الْأَصْحَابِ وَالْأَصْدِقَاءِ, when our house now was free from those who have come to attend to our walima, to our nikah. And by the way, there is an Islamic teaching here. When you go for this nikah, especially when the nikah has been concluded at the home of the man, please get away as soon as possible. Are we together? Get away as soon as possible. This is the guideline that even took place during the Prophet's time. When you are called for a feast and you are done with eating, don't bring unnecessary stories. You make prolonged stories. So Shuraih says that when the house was now free from colleagues and friends, فَمَدَدْتُ يَدِي نَحْوَهَا, I extended my hand towards her. فَقَالَتْ, the lady said, عَلَى رِسْلِكَ يَا أَبَا أُمَيَّةَ, Shuraih, just calm down. Let us go slow. Together. Then she says, ثُمَّ قَالَتْ, now the lady starts her communication. She said, Alhamdulillah, Ahmaduhu, wa asta'inuhu, wa usalli ala Muhammad, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I wonder whether my moderator can be patient enough for the woman to make the muqaddimah, well knowing that Sharia had already given him the license. But Shuraih is very patient, is very patient, and this woman is making this beautiful introduction. After that, this is what she had to say, and I wish we could pick some lesson out of it. She says, Inni imra'atun ghariba. I am a stranger to you. Are we together? I am a stranger to you. La ilma li bi akhlaqik. I don't know your behavior. Therefore, bayyin li ma tuhibbu, tell me what you want so that I can fulfill them, and tell me what you hate so that I can abstain from them. That is the lady saying that. She also said, Inna fi qawmika man tatazawwajahu min nisaikum. I understand that from your community, there might have been many women who would have been your choice. But also at the same time, from my community, there are many men who would have been my choice. وَلَكِنَّ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ أَمْرًا كَانَ مَفْعُولًا. When Allah decides something, that something must come to pass. This is a khutbah from a lady. Then she says, وَقَدْ مَلَكْتَ فَاسْنَا مَا أَمَرَكَ بِهِ اللَّهُ. Now that I'm in your hands, here I am. I present myself to you to do whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed you to do. But, imsakum bima'ruf. Take good care of me as long as I'm still your wife. أو تسريح بإحسان. But if you feel that you are no longer interested in me, please set me free in a better way. In other words, if it is divorce, let it be in the best way. After that, she says, أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين. She concluded her sermon. Are we together? Now, she had completed her sermon. Shuraih says, فأحوجتني والله يا شعبي إلى الخطبة في ذلك إلى الخطبة في هذا الموضع. This lady really interested me also to make a khutbah in such a situation. Remember, they have not yet met. He also starts with al-muqaddimah. Alhamdulillah, ahmaduhu, asta'inuhu, usalli ala Muhammad, until the end. Then he says, فَإِن قُلْتَ قَلَامًا, whatever you have said, if you have said it seriously, and they come from the bottom of your heart, you are a lucky woman. But if you have just said them out of just a joke, then you should know this is going to be evidence against you. Then he says, Uhibbu kada wa kada. This is a moment that we miss. Shuraih says, I love this, I love that. I'm interested in this, he started mentioning the fundamental issues that he's interested in. Here comes a question to young men like my colleague Gava. Don't make this session too long that you start telling the list from A to Z. I want this, I want this, I want this. No. Keep it short and always emphasize the fundamentals. And then also tell her what you hate, because he said, I hate this, I hate this. Having said all what he said, after that, the lady asked, Kaifa mahabbatuka li ziyarati ahli? Are you interested in seeing me paying a visit to my people? Because now I'm in your hands. Shuraih says, Ma uhibbu an yumillani ashari. I don't want to be hated by my in-laws, meaning that you are free to visit your people, of course, with my permission. Then he says that, what do you like among your neighbors? The lady is asking, so that I can allow those whom you like, and I can close the doors for those whom you don't like. Shuraih started mentioning, I want such and such because these are righteous people, and I hate such and such because they are not righteous people. At the end of the day, Shuraih says, Fabittu ma'aha. This is when I had my first enjoyment with her. In that night, فَمَكَثَتْ مَعِي 20 سَنَةً. I spent with her 20 years. لَمْ أَعْقِبَ عَلَيْهَا فِي شَيْءٍ. I never had a complaint about her on anything except one time, and on that one time, وَكُنْتُ لَهَا ظَالِمًا. I discovered that really I am the one who was in the wrong. That is one of the models that we can take as we are managing our post-nikah time.